What if the world is closer to a major war than most people realize? What if a single region could trigger a global economic and political crisis? The conflict between the United States, Israel, and Iran is no longer just a regional issue. It is becoming one of the most dangerous flashpoints in modern geopolitics. This is not a traditional war with clear front lines. Instead, it is a complex web of alliances, proxy forces, and strategic strikes. The situation evolves rapidly, often behind closed doors. Understanding it requires looking beyond headlines. At the center of this conflict lies a long history of tension. The United States and Iran have been rivals for decades. Their relationship has been shaped by political, economic, and ideological differences. These tensions have only grown stronger over time. Israel's role adds another layer of complexity. Next, it views Iran as a major security threat. Iran in turn supports groups that oppose Israel. This creates a continuous cycle of hostility. For years, the conflict remained mostly indirect. It played out through proxy groups and regional tensions. Direct confrontation was avoided, but that balance is now shifting. Recent events have escalated the situation dramatically. Military strikes, drone attacks, and missile launches have increased. Each action raises the risk of a broader conflict. The stakes are higher than ever. The United States has taken a more active role, supports Israel both politically and militarily. This involvement increases the scale of the conflict. It also raises global concerns. Iran has responded with its own strategies. It relies on regional allies and asymmetric tactics. These methods allow it to challenge stronger opponents. The result is a complex and unpredictable battlefield. One key factor is geography. The Middle East is a critical region for global energy supply. Any conflict here can disrupt oil production and transportation. This affects economies worldwide. The Strait of Hormuz is especially important. It is one of the world's most vital oil routes. A disruption here could send energy prices soaring. This makes the conflict globally significant. Proxy groups play a major role in this conflict. These groups operate in countries like Lebanon, Syria, and Yemen. They extend the reach of larger powers. This turns the conflict into a regional network. These proxy forces allow indirect confrontation. Countries can influence events without direct involvement. This reduces immediate risks, but increases long-term instability, creates a shadow war. Technology has changed how this conflict is fought. Drones, cyber attacks, and precision missiles are now common. These tools make warfare more strategic and less visible. They also increase unpredictability. Cyber warfare is another critical element. Attacks on infrastructure can disrupt entire systems. Financial networks, power grids, and communication systems are targets. This expands the battlefield beyond physical space. The economic impact of the conflict is already visible. Markets react quickly to rising tensions. Oil prices fluctuate with every major development. Investors watch the situation closely. Global trade is also affected. Shipping routes become riskier. Insurance costs for cargo increase. These factors raise the cost of goods worldwide. Alliances are shifting in response to the conflict. Countries are reassessing their positions. Some support the United States and Israel. Others maintain neutrality or align differently. Major global powers are watching closely. The conflict could reshape international relationships. Decisions made now may influence future alliances. This adds another layer of complexity. China has taken a cautious approach. It focuses on economic stability and energy security. Russia also has strategic interests in the region. Both countries play indirect roles. The European Union faces its own challenges, seeks to balance diplomacy and security concerns. Energy dependence makes the situation more sensitive. This highlights the global impact. The risk of escalation is always present. A single miscalculation could trigger a larger conflict. This uncertainty keeps tensions high. It also makes predictions difficult. Diplomatic efforts continue alongside military actions. Negotiations aim to reduce tensions. However, progress is slow and uncertain. Trust between parties remains low. Public perception also plays a role. Media coverage influences how people understand the conflict. Narratives can shape political decisions. This adds pressure on governments. Social media amplifies information and misinformation. News spreads quickly across platforms. This can increase panic or confusion. Managing information becomes a challenge. Humanitarian concerns are growing. Conflicts affect civilians the most. Displacement, shortages, and instability increase suffering. This aspect is often overlooked. International organizations monitor the situation. They provide aid and support. However, their influence is limited. Political factors often restrict action. Military strategies continue to evolve. Both sides adapt to changing conditions. New tactics are tested and refined. This makes the conflict dynamic. Economic sanctions are another tool used in this conflict. They aim to pressure governments financially. These measures can weaken economies, but they also affect ordinary people. Energy markets remain highly sensitive. Even small disruptions can cause major changes. This highlights the importance of the region. The world is closely connected to its stability. The conflict also affects global security. It influences defense strategies worldwide. Countries adjust their policies accordingly. This shows its far-reaching impact. Regional tensions extend beyond the main players. Neighboring countries are affected. Their stability is at risk. This increases the scope of the conflict. The possibility of a larger war cannot be ignored. While many hope for de-escalation, risks remain. Strategic decisions will determine the outcome. The future is uncertain. Understanding this conflict requires looking at multiple factors. History, politics, economics, and technology all play roles. No single perspective explains everything. It is a complex situation. The world is entering a new phase of geopolitical tension. Conflicts are becoming more interconnected. Economic and military strategies overlap. This defines modern warfare. This war is not just about territory. It is about influence and power. Control over resources, alliances, and systems is at stake. This makes it globally significant. As events unfold, the world continues to watch. Every decision matters. The consequences extend far beyond the region. This is why it matters to everyone. If you want to understand global power, you must understand conflicts like this. They reveal how nations operate. They show how strategies are implemented. They shape the future. Make sure to subscribe for more in-depth documentaries on geopolitics, global conflicts, and economic power. Share this video to help others understand what is happening, because in today's world, understanding is power.